Pisces, welcome to your October 2019 monthly reading. Pardon me looking and sounding this way. I am ill. Unfortunately. To be fair, it is autumn. And the autumn's actually here in where I'm at in Latvia. It's quite cold outside. Today is warmer, but it was quite cold outside, like for a couple of weeks before. So, yeah. It's not great, but you deserve your reading, guys. Oh, geez. That's a rough combo of cards. You want to rest, but you can't. You want to just take a day off, but you can't. And not because of like something's keeping you up, like outside influence. No, you're keeping yourself up. You have like stuff running in your head, like you can't fall asleep. So it feels like actually like insomnia, like anxiety, like just I know people that are, when they're so stressed out, when they have so much to do, they are very tired, but they can't sleep. I am lucky. I am not one of those people. If I am stressed out and I'm very tired, I sleep like a prick. Which is not great for, you know, waking up for alarms, but... Oh, Pisces, October. I need some more cards. I feel like this is a work thing. Maybe it's a relationship thing. But I feel like this is a work thing. Oof. That Ace of Wands, as always. If there was ever a Freudian, you know, symbolic drawing, that Ace of Wands is it. Right, so what do we have here? We have desperately wanting and needing rest from something, but not being able to fall asleep because of the situation, because of your own thoughts, because of fear, perhaps, just pure unadulterated fear. And it's a shame too, because like you've been doing so good, you know, you've been tending to your whatever it is profession you're doing or whatever skill you're doing. You have been tending to your own garden, whatever that garden might be. You have been tending to your craft, to your skill, to your home, and it's been going so well, and it's like you feel so good about it. That there is some kind of a situation. It might be a more or less serious fight, because I feel like this is a more serious fight than the Five of Wands lets on. It's a squabble, it's a unrest, it's some kind of not okay. It's just not okay. Or maybe you're just thinking back on it still for some reason. Like something's still on your mind, that an uncomfortable situation, uncomfortable just fight, or just in general relationship is keeping you up. So the thing is, you receive some kind of a message about something that happened, right? This is about something that happened. It's not about, oh, an offer of money. No, this is something happened. Something happened in the material world. This is not emotional. This is not passion. This is not intellect. This is somebody did something, right? You hear that somebody did something. You might perhaps be even invited. You feel like going and picking a fight again. And I don't know what prompts it. But both of these cards are here, and I don't know which one you do. I think you might do both, because you can do both, to be honest. You can both move on from the situation to calmer waters, because that's what the Six of Swords is all about. It's about moving on to calmer waters. But the Knight of Swords in this case for me looks like absolutely slaying the beast, or absolute just doing what needs to be done, saying what needs to be said. Before you go, you will say one last thing. That's what that feels like. It's so stupid, right? This is the Freudian card I was referring to. But this is it, right? This is like one of the last cards. And this is, this kind of feels like, so I've been doing my own thing. I've been like tending to my own stuff. I've been growing my own business skill, household, whatever. You know, I've been doing so good. But there's this bullshit, right? So this bullshit, it's not letting you rest when you want to rest. It's keeping you up at night. It's like keeping you worried. It's like occupying your thoughts. And then you hear something new happen, and that, or something happens to you, something is said to you, and you're like, you know what? I will pick a fight over this. I will pick a fight over this. And you do. And perhaps you say that one phrase that needs to be said, like that one soul-cutting phrase that needs to be said, or monologue, or whatever. But Knight of Swords, it feels like a very precise kind of an FU. And that gives you the ability to move on. Move the F on to calmer waters. You know, YouTube has a policy of no swearing, so I'm trying to adopt that. So, and that lets you get back to the thing you were actually, doing. Doing amazing, growing your own garden, tending to your own skills, to your own house, to your own career, to whatever, You have some irons in the fire, and by gosh darn it, you are gonna get back to tending them as soon as you deal with this nonsense. But you have to deal with this nonsense, it looks like. And it looks like you're way up for dealing with this nonsense, because at this point in time, if you don't deal with this nonsense, it's just gonna keep you up at night and gonna keep you worried. And there's something that, like, some kind of a fight, some kind of an argument that will need to be won for you before you can go back to being absolutely amazing and absolutely fabulous, and you're doing good, and thank you so much. Stop bothering me, this other situation or this other person. And, even something new, you might start a new project. You might just actually kind of feel like this is just the Ace of Wands, but kind of feels like you might just decide that, you know what, I'm going to plan a trip for myself, or I'm going to plan a trip for myself and my significant other or something. I'm just going to plan some kind of a travel adventure. I'm just going to plan something really cool for myself to do, because I deserve it. Because I've been doing so good. I've been tending to my garden so good, and here the fruits are about to be, and it's going to be magnificent. And exactly. You're exactly right about that. What energy to bring into whatever that picking the last fight? Because this feels like a last fight. This feels like, you know what? This one thing, I'm going to say one last thing on this, and then I'm moving on. Finally, completely moving on. Might be that, whatever is said to you, or whatever message is passed on to you about something that happened, is the thing that keeps you up at night and keeps you like, no, you know what, I can't sleep, I have to do something about this. So you go and do something about it. This one doesn't fall out too often. Usually one of the actual angels fall out. This is an aspect card. This is the wisdom aspect card. You know exactly what this nonsense that has happened that makes you want to pick a fight and makes you pick a fight. You know exactly what this nonsense is all about. You know exactly what it's all about, and you have the ability, through that fact that you know what it's all about, to deliver an absolutely devastating blow, if you so wish to do. It is totally up to you. if you wish to pick that last fight. Because it kind of feels like, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be the last fight, but I think for most of you who end up watching this, it's going to be like the last thing, the last proper thing you actually say on whatever matter this is. If this is somebody doing some nonsense, nonsense is my replacement word for BS. If this is somebody doing some nonsense, then this is probably going to be the last proper interaction with them where you're going to say something very serious and not just go like a cutting but still throwaway line. No, this is going to be the serious moment, the last serious like thing you're going to say to them. And once you're done with that, back to your regularly scheduled I'm amazing and I get everything done and everything doth grow in my garden. Admire it. Even very phallic trees grow in my garden, apparently. Right, guys, Pisces, I wish you the best of luck with this. This feels good, though. This feels like righteous in a way. And I mean, Libra season, to be honest, I just watched a video before I started filming today from one of the tarot readers that I do occasionally watch, and she said, you know, because I don't know astrology, that Libra season is generally when like karmic cycles come to a close and start again. That whatever has happened in the year prior, you know, between the previous Libra season and now, this is when, this new Libra season is when everything, the karmic fruit shall come to fruition. Whatever was done, good or bad, in the previous year will now face the consequences. And you know, if there are consequences, or they're the good fruit. So I kind of feel like you karmic justice and you might be the bearer of it a little bit, so yay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pisces, for watching. Leave a comment down below if this resonates with you. Do the YouTube things like subscribe. It would really help me. I'm also looking to get a new camera stand next month, and hopefully that would mean, hopefully I do get a new camera stand next month, and that would mean more videos in different formats, in different settings. And so yeah, if any of you feel like pitching in for that, that would help so much. Information down below. Good luck, guys. See you next month.